Back with all ball talk. Me and Sean, it's our second video now.
Yep.
Second video, going previewing the
Oh, third.
playoffs. Third?
Third.
Third,
Yeah.
yeah, never mind, third. But previewing the playoffs, the NFL playoffs start on Saturday with the Rams and Panthers. This is the most unpredictable playoff in recent memory I can imagine. I don't really see a team that there's no like serious favorite because the Chiefs are out of it. The Eagles who won last year don't look as dominant, although I'm more confident in them than the others. But this should be a really exciting weekend. A lot of competitive games, some good matchups. Thank God. But with starting off with the first game, they put by far the worst game as the first game, which is a really good thing that they did. Ten
Sure.
and a half point spread. The NFC South sucks. The Panthers in any other conference would not get in. And I like the Rams to cover. I think they're a much better team. What do you think?
Yeah, Rams Panthers first game. You're right. I think it's one of the biggest point spreads in a playoff game for the road team, like of all time. It's crazy. But I think it's because they're right. I think the Rams are gonna roll here. I think Dotson, their offensive lineman, is out for this one, but I don't think it's gonna affect them that much. The last time they played the Panthers, they lost. But I think that was more of a luck thing than like actual Panthers being better than the Rams. The Panthers went 3 for 3 on fourth down and won the turnover battle 3-0. So I think the Rams aren't going to be that one sided again. They'll probably win both of those in this game. And I'll give out a 27-17 Rams win. That's my prediction.
27-17. So you have the Panthers covering.
I guess barely.
So I don't know. I don't know if I see that.
It's tough to lay that many points.
There's a path for the Panthers to win. That run game is still very good if they can get it back going. The offense is hitting one of the worst points in the season at the very wrong time. But you never know. Bryce Young, he's been inconsistent, but he's flashed times when nobody expected for him to flash. You know what I mean? He's been good when nobody's expected it. Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard still two very good backs. I do wonder if um what's his name? The running back, Jonathan Brooks. I do wonder if Jonathan Brooks gets any kind of run because he looked really good in week 18. So I don't really know, but or not week 18. Whatever it was, but regardless, I mean, I could see him being a bit of a player of this game. He was obviously drafted really high, had a ton of injuries, and now they struck gold with Rico Dowdle. But yeah, if they can beat up kind of a smaller front with Braden Fisk, Jared Verse isn't the best run defender. Byron Young too. So we'll see. All right, and Kobe Turner too. But obviously that's a ferocious front four D line in terms of getting to the quarterback. Byron Young, Jared Verse hasn't had the statistical season that everybody expected, but he's still been disruptive. And obviously Kobe Turner and Braden Fisk can still get to the quarterback from the interior. So I do think that the Panthers will probably get dominated up front in the trenches and on both sides. So I'm gonna predict a 28-13 win for the Rams. I think they win handedly, and I think this is a non-competitive game in the fourth quarter.
Sure. I like that.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to the next game? I want to go quicker. All right. The game of the week. Not even a contest. I'll be there.
Definitely in Chicago.
Packers
Yeah,
Bears
for sure.
round three. The first two games were obviously complete cinema, although the Bears sucked in the first half both games. So we'll see if they can put up a complete game. They definitely would have won both. I think that's pretty true. Well, maybe not the first one. The first one the Packers did play very well.
Yeah, the Packers dominated, I think, in terms of in the Bears' late comeback almost. Even if that game went to OT, I think the Packers would have pulled it out.
Yeah, I
But
mean Ben Johnson would have gone for two on. He literally
yeah,
said that he
that's
would have
true.
gone
You're
for
right.
two if they would have scored. But yeah, best game. Caleb Williams, in my opinion, is going to show why he is a top 10 quarterback in the league. Maybe that's a homer type of take, but
So
I don't know. I'll be honest. So as a Bears fan, Jordan Love scares the absolute shit out of me. He is like sometimes he'll see ghosts and he'll throw those awful picks like in round one to CJ Garner Johnson, who will not be playing in this game by the way. Um, but I think he's a super efficient quarterback. The passing game for the Packers looks really good. Having Christian Watson out there and exposing the Bears corners where Jalen Johnson and Deshaun Wright struggled. I could see Tariq Stevenson getting some snaps, and considering he got zero last week and one of the worst games for the secondary. But Byard looks pretty good. I thought Brisker played pretty well against the Lions too, but the linebackers have been pretty slow and they don't look 100%. They look nothing to that. The D line does not get pressure. This
The
is going to be a high
speed
scoring
worries me
game,
on the back end of the
considering the
defense.
Packers are kind of toast
Linebackers
without
in the
Micah.
secondary.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I like the Bears to win though. I'm gonna go high scoring. Could be a storm hit, could be snow, but I think both QBs are weatherproof. And I think with Rome back, I think that adds a different kind of element to the Bears. And I think they'll come with a better game plan against a Micah Parsons less defense. So I'm gonna predict 31-28. I think it comes down to well, no, I'm not going to 31-28. I think it's going to be an odd score because I think that it's going to come down to the last possession. I think the Bears are going to win on like I'm going to go 34-28. I think that it's 34-28. The Packers have to drive down the field and they get stopped trying to go for a touchdown. That's my prediction.
A little bit of high scoring. Yeah. Zach Tom questionable. Kyler Gordon's questionable. I think he needs to play for the Bears.
I think Kyler's going to play. I think I saw.
CJ GJ's out. Nick McLeod. If Nick McLeod's on the field, I'll turn the game off. I think. I mean, God, he pisses me off. But Kyler Gordon, you would bring back some much needed speed, be able to take care of Jaden Reed and Watson in the slot or whoever's out there. Because yeah, CJ GJ at the end of the season, he was looking slow. Couldn't catch up with anyone. So
yeah,
that was not very ideal. I mean, Rome's back too. It's gonna help out the offense big time. Definitely the offense is gonna have to score a point in the first half. You know, preferably a touchdown. You know, maybe 7-10.
Let's hope just for a field goal at this point. I don't know what else.
Dude, at this point, the beginning of the season was so good. We were scoring touchdowns on the first drive, and now it's like we just wait.
I don't know what's going on, but
can't wait till the fourth quarter of the playoffs. So I think definitely the defense is going to need at least 2 turnovers, like a turnover on down, like a turnover on downs, or like a pick, something like that. They're gonna need it because it's a defense that feasts on turnovers, and they're gonna have to keep continuing it. I think the Bears are gonna have to run it early, have a good mix between run and pass. Caleb's gonna need to learn how to run in this game. He's gonna, I think, need 20, 30 yards rushing. And he's gonna need to learn how to dive forward, not slide a yard short of the first
he got
time.
it. Okay, last game, he realized his mistake. He ran it again and he dove forward.
We'll take some fucking contact this time, you know what I mean? Or just dive forward because this is playoffs. This is the must-win game. I don't want to see this slip and slide BS here. But, I mean, as a Bears fan, I'm never going to pick the Packers in this spot. So I'm going to go a little bit lower scoring, 23-20 Bears.
Just one thing about this game, I do wonder what you think about this. So the Bears defense has been just horrific, god awful, right? Niners, they gave up 42 points. But the Lions, they gave up over 300 yards passing, and obviously Jake Bates missed a field goal, but only 19 points given up. Like I know they've been super bad, but like, I guess what they gave up 16 against the Packers.
The thing about that, it's like the 19 doesn't seem bad, but the time of possession they're giving the Lions,
That's true.
Handcuffing your offense.
I mean, if you think about it, if the Bears in that game could have gotten off the field on third down 2 or 3 times, it would have looked completely different.
It literally was 2nd and 1 every play. The Lions got to 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2 every time, and they killed. You can't stop 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2. You can't.
I feel like for most of the year the run they've been able to stop the run actually. Like I feel like a decent amount. I think it's been pretty mediocre. They've looked like the Bills in the last couple of games. The Bills just let anybody walk through that line. So
right, it's
been an issue, but I think that the Bears, if they can fix a couple things, I trust Dennis Allen, even though Dennis Allen, Bears fans starting to turn on him. But in reality,
I wouldn't turn on him. But
there's obviously nobody's 100% healthy at this part of the season, but there's certainly like TJ, Tremaine. You can tell maybe Jalen. You can tell they're not. I think Sweat's hurt. I see Dom Robin there a lot, considering that Sweat's one of the best players in the team. So
well, hopefully this week, Packer week, they get up for it. Hoping.
I think they will. I think there's no doubt. But on to the next game, the noon window. In the first game of the AFC playoffs, Bills Jags.
Surprised this game didn't get a primetime slot. I got the noon
I
slot.
think I'll tell you this. I like this game a hell of a lot more than the Chargers Patriots. Bills
Yeah.
Jags, man, there's gonna be a lot of scoring.
I,
So
I
before I pass it to you, the Jags defense forcing a lot of turnovers, but they've still been a good solid defense even when they're not forcing it, unlike the Bears. It's kind of like it's similar, not similar philosophies, but it's similar play. Just the fact that the Jaguars are playing better solid defense and they have a line that can get to the passer, unlike the Bears.
no, like the Bears.
But this is an interesting matchup because this will really prove the Jag because the Jags have a pretty good running game with ETN, and I would love to see them use T Law more running.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that could be a huge X factor. Sean McDermott's man, he's got to show up. Their defense is on average is bringing up 33 points per playoff game. That's ridiculous
that's
as
what
a
I mean.
defensive
A lot of
coach.
that's the Chiefs just burning them, but yeah, it's also
That's true, but
ridiculous.
you have Josh Allen. Like he's and like you only need to hold them to probably what 24 points,
Oh yeah,
21 to 24 points, and you should be fine getting a win with Josh Allen. This offense isn't like how it was in previous years, although they run the ball really well. If the Jaguars let the Bills, get their run game comfortable, James Cook has looked amazing this year. And Josh Allen running the ball too. If they let the running game get going, I actually think this won't be very close. Experience in the playoffs is actually very important, and I like the Bills. The Jaguars aren't as experienced. In that they have a first year coach. Has Trevor Lawrence ever made the playoffs?
oh yeah, that crazy win against the Chargers.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
The one
Well,
year, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't know how many players from that roster are still on the team.
Trevor,
Yeah, Trevor. So
ETN.
now that's your quarterback, so that's pretty important. But I don't trust the Jags in a big spot here. I'm in teams like it's maybe different with the Bears because I think they drew the worst team that they're playing. But the Jaguars and the Bills, and I'll get to the Patriots. I actually think that when you go up against an experienced team like that, I think that you're already at a disadvantage. And I am excited to see how Jacksonville turns up. But I think if they let Josh Allen and the run game do their thing, I think it's a high scoring game because the Bills defense sucks. But I see a win probably 31, 23, somewhere around that. I think it's
Something like
touchdown.
that. I think that's interesting. I mean, the biggest question is Trevor. Can he stay hot? Can he match with Josh Allen? Because I mean, they're on an 8 game winning streak. I mean, he's been playing maybe the best football in the league. And I don't think that's that crazy to say. Ever
I,
since they
I
got
think
Jacoby Myers,
I think recently for sure. I would say that Matthew Stafford had the hottest stretch of football,
yeah.
but I think recently for sure.
I think the biggest thing offensively for the Jags is going to be running the ball because the Bills' run defense, as you said, not that great. Can Trevor, can ETN, or can Trevor Lawrence and can Trevor ETN control the game on the ground? And can they obviously minimize mistakes? Can Trevor Lawrence not? I mean, because I think in that playoff game, which the Chargers were referring to, he had like 4 picks in the first half or something like that. Like it was
Yeah, some
crazy.
crazy.
I mean, they got to protect the ball. Whoever can control this game with the run. I mean, can the Jags run it better or the Bills run it better? I think that decides the game. And the way I got it's Josh Allen, Superman, it's Trevor. In this spot, I'm never not gonna back Josh. If he's not playing against Mahomes in the playoffs, he's pretty damn good. So I wrote down 28-27 on the prediction. Last minute game winner.
I can see that. Yep. And of course, this is also huge because kicking too, Cam Little is obviously playing like the best kicker in the league. But
It's true.
on the other hand, Tyler Bass, man, he had that really bad missing. I think it was against the Chiefs. I don't know how
In
many years
the
ago,
playoffs.
but he does have experience kicking in big games. And I think that's contrary to Cam Little, who's younger and has been an experience in big games. But I think when you're in the moment, you're definitely more likely to sink it, in my opinion. And we've seen that with older kickers. So I agree with you. Um, it's a 1 point spread, so it's a pick 'em game.
basically. Yeah.
51 and a half over under, by far the highest of the week.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's also because I think it's gonna be like 70 degrees.
Yeah,
Not
it's in
gonna feel like
Jacksonville,
it's
so
not gonna feel like playoff weather at all. But
yeah.
there's gonna be people in that pool, and it's gonna be. I
I
think
will
the
say
fans
if
are
this
gonna
was in
show out.
Buffalo, I take the Bills by a lot.
If this game was in Buffalo for sure, I think
Yeah,
they
100%.
would
But
literally freeze. But
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, seems like we're pretty
yeah,
like minded in
shout
that.
out to
But
the Jags fans too. I saw them their last game in Tennessee. I was really, really surprised that they showed out. This is a fan base that never shows out.
yeah, no,
But
I couldn't believe it. But
um,
I mean, that's their passion. It's like Saxonville all over again. Remember Saxonville?
oh, dude,
Man, that I loved watching that team, and I was young, but that defense
man,
was amazing.
that remember that was the fumble, right? The
Yes.
missed call,
Uh-huh.
fumble, touchdown, or whatever. Oh man, they should have beaten Brady.
That was like that little stretch, and I remember like you remember the D Ford offside.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. That was
that
pretty
was
fun.
so bad too, man. That was the year after, I think.
It was, yeah. Next up, the afternoon window. Niners Eagles opens as a 5 point spread, 44 and a half. It's in Philly. I haven't looked at the weather, but I'm assuming it'll be cold.
It'll
Not
be
Brock
regular
Purdy
Philly weather.
conditions.
No.
Is
Oh,
Pearsall?
he's an
Is
Iowa
Pierce?
State quarterback.
Oh, you've seen how he is in the cold.
That's true.
He's out for a
Hopefully he
career at
doesn't get
least.
hurt. Hopefully we get some healthy Brock Purdy.
That is bizarre though. Yeah, he's an Iowa State quarterback. You'd think that he'd be like,
I mean, I think
uh,
he's from like Arizona though, so or
but
somewhere around there.
Eagles though. Ever since that Bears loss, and then loss after that, they've kind of righted the ship and they've looked pretty dominant. They've ended with some awful opponents. They should have dominated, but I think they've kind of fixed up a little bit of the Saquon in the run game. Like Saquon's looked a lot better. This is another one. This
Yeah.
defense is not good for the Niners. They were playing better because they were able to the offense was able to dominate the time possession.
And
And
they're
they
playing
were they
crap
weren't on the field
teams.
like as much. But you saw in the Bears game when they're just kind of trading off scores, they're not good.
No, no, no.
Not at all. Salah has done an amazing job with a
With
with
what
a
he's
with a
had,
defensive
yeah.
squad that's had Bosa, Warner, Michael Williams all gone. Um, this defense has no superstar firepower at all, or even star power. So yeah, I like the Eagles to roll here. I like the Eagles actually to make a run this postseason. I think it's open. I don't see a ton of teams with experience, just like I said with the Eagles who won the Super Bowl last year. Jalen Hurts makes you a little worried, but they have the weapons and run game that they've sort of righted the ship a little bit, and I trust it. And in this game at the Niners, at least, I think that's definitely going to be a game that should be a quick one because of I think that the Eagles can run the ball down their throat. But I'm gonna take the Eagles 24-17, probably 24-14. I think they actually win by maybe two scores.
It's interesting. I think well, looking at the injury report, Kittle's questionable. He's definitely going to play, though. Pearsall's not practicing. I think that'd be a big loss. Jalen Carter and Dallas Goedert both limited. They're probably both going to play. So the Philly's going to be pretty healthy after their little mini bye week. But I do think that like the Eagles' defense is obviously very good, but I don't think they're just going to dominate. Like I do think McCaffrey, Kittle, Jennings. Let's see if Pearsall plays. Purdy will be able to generate points, but I
Mhm.
really think that their Achilles heel in this game is going to be their defense, just not having enough star power to compete in the playoffs. Hurts, Smitty, Goddard most likely plays. AJ Brown, Barkley, Lane Johnson's probably going to play. The Phillies offense is all the way healthy. I've got a 31-24 final score.
31. You think that the Niners defense, or you think the Niners offense scores 24 points?
I didn't get to 24.
I can see it. I don't know if the Eagles defense is all going to depend because you know the Fangio style defense where they just kind of let everything come at you. He just never wants to stack the box. Because they have those super talented linebackers in Bond, Kobe Dean's played very well, and Jahad Campbell's played a little bit. You know, he's flashed.
I mean, Eagles
Uh,
have talent everywhere at every position
Yeah,
defensively.
because you built the roster that you had a surplus of first round picks, which is the only reason that you're able to get Jahad Campbell. But yeah, I'm super confident the Eagles are going to win. And they're going to win handily.
And I like your call with the Eagles run because I think at home they can win this game. And I mean, we're Bears fans. If the Bears win, Eagles versus Bears, even though if it would be in Chicago, I mean, I would definitely think the Eagles win. And
I
then
think that's at least a 3.5 Eagles spread, right?
oh, I think at least
I think it'd be
for
over a field
sure.
goal.
And then
Um,
yeah, and then if they win that game, they're in the championship. So I'm probably playing
they're
either
already yeah.
Seattle, which I mean,
They play
they're not
Seattle,
that
and then
great. I would say
I would assume the Rams, right?
I would pick the Rams. I mean, Seattle's great, but
No,
Darnold,
I'm saying
he just
I'm assuming
worries
it'd be
me.
Seahawks or Rams, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because but the Packers win, then it would be Seahawks versus Packers, and then it would be Rams Eagles in the divisional. I think that would scare me a bit for the Eagles.
Yeah.
So Eagles fans probably rooting for the Bears this week.
Yeah. Well, Sunday night, we're getting a good game. Um, two very I think I basically comped to these two quarterbacks coming out. Drake May and Justin Herbert.
Oh, you comp May to Herbert,
I think I did.
pretty
May
similar.
MVP, tight race with Stafford. Patriots have been a revelation this year. Vrabel's coached really well. Um, they've had rookie guys, and obviously Stephon Diggs reaches 1,000 yards. Am I wrong? Like
You got the 1,000, yeah.
impressive. I was impressed. I think the defenses looked pretty good. Josh
Through
McDaniels kind
strangling
of saved
charges
this.
and everything, he got through the 1,000.
Yeah,
What, 4 or 5 kids? You got it.
Josh McDaniels has kind of saved this team, and yeah. My pick actually, I trust the weapons, and I think Jesse Minter can neutralize the Drake May Patriots offense. Jesse Minter is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, and I'm super excited to see how he matches up with the Patriots offense and Josh McDaniels. But the O line is obviously awful, but the Patriots don't have a killer pass rush. They don't have a pass rush. No, they're not going against the Texans.
That's true.
So I trust the weapons. I think Lad McConkey, Keenan Allen, Ronde Gadsden, Quentin Johnston, Hampton's back, Vidal. The Chargers had the O line right this year. Like if Alton, Brayshawn Slater never got hurt, this is a Super Bowl contender. And they have Harbaugh, who's been a very seasoned coach. He's a vet. Um, I actually think this leans the Chargers' way. I think that the Chargers, obviously Vrabel's an experienced coach. He went to the AFC Championship game in that one season, but I like the Chargers to actually not just cover the 3.5 point spread. I like them to win outright by a field goal. I think they knock it in 4 game winner, or it's a late score by the Patriots. But I think the defense comes up big for the Chargers, and I think that they score enough to get it done.
Okay, that's interesting. I think the biggest thing you're saying is the Chargers O line. And the Chargers O line, it's like it's so bad. Like it's just so
It's
bad. Like they can't
like
protect anything.
it's like group of five college level. It's awful.
Literally, and it's tough to do that, especially when your quarterback's already playing hurt. So you got a hurt quarterback and then a hurt line. I think that's kind of the decider in that game. I think if Alt and Slater both playing, I would lean Chargers. But I mean, they're not. I think it's gonna be lower scoring. Um, the Pats looking at them on offense. I wrote down that they're very versatile. I mean, they can beat you with a lot of their players, even though they don't really have a superstar. The running back duo of Ramondre and Travion solid. Diggs, they're getting production from Matt Collins, a couple of the rookies like Westover's been playing decent lately. Kyle Williams is a deep threat. Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper. The offensive line's pretty rounded. I think it's just an overall good team. I'm a little bit lower on the Patriots for the long run. I think they get bounced probably in the next round for whoever they play, but in this one. I think that Chargers offensive lines finally get really exposed. It's kind of like the last 2 weeks against the Texans and Broncos, where if they can't protect the quarterback, they're not going to win the game. So I'm going to go lower scoring 20-17 New England.
All right. Yeah, I could obviously see the angle. I don't agree with the Super Bowl hype that the Patriots are getting. I don't know about you, but I completely disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think they have enough.
Yeah. But next up, the last game Monday night, 38 and a half over under. This game will be messy. It will be
Yep.
whoever makes more mistakes will lose the game. 100%. Both defenses, well, the Texans offense is actually not very good, but I think the Texans defense could hold them to like seriously like 14 to 17 points.
If that.
Yeah, if that. I like the Texans to win by like 4. I like the Texans to win by 4. They're in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's, that's a big fan base, but
Just your stereotypical slop
yeah.
Monday, both these
Mhm.
teams.
The one big thing though is, if I will say, if it comes down to a game-winning drive, the Steelers will win. Rodgers is obviously super clutch. I think that if it comes down to the last drive, Rodgers will lead them to glory, but I don't think it does. I think it's a comfortable win. I think that they're up by a touchdown for most of the game. Um, I like win 17-10. I seriously think this Texans defense is absolutely unbelievable.
Real sloppy. Like
This is
really
a I
getting sloppy.
I'm telling you, this is a top 5 defense in the last 15 years that
This
that the
Texans
Texans
defense
have.
is
I mean, they create
horribly.
pressure
I
from
mean,
literally everywhere. They have Kamari Lassiter, Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, obviously. Just really good corners. Kamari Lassiter might
mhm.
not be the best, but he creates a lot of turnovers. And Texans have looked really good. Sean, are you still there?
Nah, are you losing me there? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. You were frozen for a little bit, but that's all right. Yeah. So let's go to your prediction.
Yep. Steelers, Texans, Steelers. Jeez, I mean, one of the most ridiculous games I think I've ever seen. Yes, or last week. I mean, Rodgers was just pulling stuff out of his ass if I've
Yeah.
ever seen it. Lamar, to be quite frank, too. I think the one touchdown he had deep to Flowers, where like he's pancaked in the backfield, somehow fires 50-yard touchdown. That was ridiculous. But Steelers somehow won it. Boswell misses the extra point. It was just a crazy game. But yeah, Steelers, Texans, Steelers probably have a rest disadvantage because they played on. I guess not rest disadvantage, but they were partying all through Sunday and probably not as prepared as the Texans in this one. I think the Texans are just the way better team. Um, Rodgers kind of got lucky there at the end. I don't want to call it lucky. I'm kind of for the Rodgers thing right now. Like Rodgers
I know I'm for the
having all
Rodgers
this
thing too,
success.
but Boswell, man, that was awful. That was awful.
Yeah, that was
But
almost
you
a
still
great.
trust him. You still trust him to hit a big kick in a big game. So
Yeah, no, obviously. I
never
think
change
he's a
much.
top 3 kicker maybe behind
Cam
Dicker
Little and
and
Brian Aubrey.
Fairbairn.
Fairbairn. I didn't think about Fairbairn.
Fairbairn's definitely up there. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's top 5 though.
Yeah, definitely top 5, I think for sure. And the Pittsburgh defense, I mean, they're not very good. Nico Collins should be able to eat in this game. Woody Marks to the ground should be all right. I mean, they have underrated weapons in terms of Christian Kirk. Jaden Higgins kind of popped up. I, I don't know how Houston has 3 Iowa State receivers, Noel,
It's
Higgins, and
it's
Hutchinson.
interesting.
I don't know what they like, who they know there. And they're all fine. None of them are like elite or anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see how it is.
But I think I'll go a little bit more scoring. I'll go 20. Let's throw some stupid score out there. Is there a way the Texans can get like 5 field goals and a touchdown, like 22? Is that what that'd be?
Yeah, that'd be 22.
22 to like 14, maybe?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yep.
Something really stupid.
I think it's probably kept in one score territory.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see a chance for Rodgers at the end, maybe.
I don't know which one's
But I mean, I like the Texans. That defense is just too good.
Forgot to turn it on until now, but yeah, but that does it for our preview show. So just to do it again, we have the Rams moving on, the Bears, the Bills, the Eagles. We were split on the Chargers Patriots. I think the Chargers get the upset here. Then we both won Texans. So Yeah, should be if those, line up. Obviously, not all of them are going to be right. I think that's pretty much a fact. I mean, it could be, but it's pretty unpredictable. So, yeah, that's it for our first round preview show. We'll do another one before the divisional run next week. So, yeah, we will also
Best
provide some
best five
reactions.
day best 5 day stretch event or football. We got 2 college games, football Sunday, Saturday, Monday. Get ready. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, yeah, it's huge. For a football fan, it's a very, like you said, it's very great week.
Yep.
But yeah, till next time, we'll see you guys later.